Hello, welcome to Chabot News for October 30th, 2025. My name is Evan Neto. Today we'll be covering flooding in Mexico, food insecurity, and the trees of Chabot College. In entertainment news, Greg will tell us about Twilight's return to theaters. And finally, in sports news, Ivan has the latest updates on the 49ers. All that and more coming up today's edition of Chabot News. Rescue crews in Mexico are searching for at least 4 dozen people who are still missing after the country was hit with landslides and deadly flooding. Claudia Sheinbaum, Mexico's president, said that at least 72 people have died. Victims say humanitarian aid is slowly arriving in impacted areas. CNN's Valeria Leon reports.
Amid the wreckage, neighbors in Poza Rica, Veracruz find a body swept away by the flooding of the Cazones River last week. What we saw was a dead person, this resident says. A grim discovery for Santiago, who's been looking for his wife Leticia Garcia, missing ever since the intense rains devastated this estate 8 days ago. We took a bit of her hair for testing it, because it could take days before the forensic team arrives. The damage is immense. The Army and Navy are racing against time to reach 90 isolated communities cut off by landslides and flooded roads. There are many missing people here, Veracruz resident Guillermina says. And amid the rubble, the military has been using heavy machinery to remove debris. President Claudia Sheinbaum promised her government won't spare any resources to help the victims and rebuild devastated areas. Her administration has approved more than $1 billion for recovery efforts.
Tenemos un plan.
We have a plan to restore communications. The smell of rubble and waste is unbearable. Residents wear masks to cope. Lime powder has been sprinkled to reduce the stench and prevent diseases. Everything was ruined. We have no money, not even enough to eat. Authorities warn it would take weeks to restore full access to some of the hardest hit areas. Driven by hope, Santiago presses on, desperate to see if the body among the rubble is his wife's. Valeria Leon, CNN, Mexico City.
Thanks, Valeria. We sent our reporters Lala D and Gloria out to speak with Chabot students regarding the unfortunate events taking place. We asked them how these unfortunate events have affected them and what they could do to help Mexico in its current state.
Well, it doesn't affect me. I wouldn't say, thank God, it doesn't affect me, because it's very sad what's happening to those people in Mexico. I think that the government really needs to, force these floods to go down, open up some drainage pipes, and really make sure that people aren't losing their lives over some water.
How do you think that we as Americans can help?
They should definitely open up some, centers to go donate to help out these communities. Or some people can go out there and try and go get the floods away, just like they did in Texas about the floods over there. But right now, it seems like no one really cares.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know much about it. It's like I don't really watch the news and all like that because I don't like to start my news off badly. I like to wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, get ready for school, we'll get ready for work, whatever, and just have a good day. But just hearing about that kind of that makes me want to cry because like all them people. So sorry. How many people died?
72 so far.
72. Oh man, all them families. I grieve for them. I really do. It's sad. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's just sad news, Probably lend a helping hand, send some people down there to help out, what I'm saying, just in case, to give like extra men handouts and stuff like that, Just lend a helping hand, And if I could, I would definitely go down there and do it, Yeah.
Honestly, it's really sad to hear about that. I didn't know much about that, honestly. Despite the fact that I'm on TikTok, it's you see a lot of media coverage on it, but I have not heard about that until right now, until you told me. I feel like that's something that should be more coverage because all I see on TikTok right now is some random DoorDash girl, right? I feel like that's really important as well, but I feel like understanding what's going on around the world is also something that we should know about because we need to help one another, we're all human beings, but if there's not much going on to help others who are dealing in unfortunate events, I feel like that's kind of like sad, like within humanity in a way, you know? But yeah.
And how do you think Americans could help Mexico right now?
Honestly, right now would be like moral support, you know, be like, oh, we're here for you guys, but also like what's going on with the world with ICE. I feel like you can just like, you know, find a way to like work together to find like something that can benefit both of us, you know?
Thanks, Lala D. As floodwaters recede, countless families have been left searching for answers and hope. Officers in Baltimore County, Maryland were called to a high school after an AI gun detection system flagged a student for carrying a weapon. But after detaining a group of students, they discovered that the gun was actually a bag of chips. The whole incident was captured on body camera. As Caroline Forback reports, county leaders are now calling for a review of that system.
Yes, you. Come here. Keep your hands on your head. Keep walking towards me.
With guns drawn, Baltimore County Police surrounded a group of students at Kenwood High School Monday night after the OmniAlert AI gun detection system warned school leaders that the student had a gun. Body camera footage shows police detaining all of those students and then searching one of them.
Do you have a gun on you?
No. What?
Do you have anything blue that looks like a gun?
No.
But the student never had a gun. Instead, what OmniAlert detected was a bag of chips.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what it looks like right here. It looks like that. Yeah.
After confirming there was no weapon, the Department of School Safety and Security reviewed and canceled the initial alert.
So basically the cameras around the system, they pick up on things that look like guns.
Bring him over here.
I guess just the way you guys were eating chips, Doritos or whatever, it picked it up as a gun. That's all.
Officials with the school and OmniAlert said the system was working properly.
In this case, the program did what it was supposed to do, which was to signal an alert and for humans to take a look to find out if there was cause for concern in that moment.
But county leaders have called for its review, concerned the false alarm traumatized the students.
How did it come to be that we had police officers with guns drawn approaching a kid because of a bag of Doritos?
As police conclude their investigation, one of the responding officers is heard pointing out the system's faults.
AI is not the best.
Thanks, Caroline. The school's principal says counseling will be provided to students who were involved in the incident and to any other students who may need support as well. Are Chabot College's trees in danger? According to student journalist Cole Wagner, they are not. You may have noticed that one of Chabot's biggest trees was cut down due to it being in the way of the bus entrance. However, that doesn't mean that all of our trees are in jeopardy of being taken away or killed. According to Renee Delgado, Chabot's grounds supervisor and a certified arborist, the main reason why Chabot removes trees either because the tree is a safety hazard or because of bad health and damage. Chabot loves its trees, and some say that the trees somehow love Chabot back. In any case, they're here to stay. Now it's time for Greg with entertainment news.
Thanks, Evan. A creative dad crafts an impressive troll costume using all eco-friendly and sustainable materials, and then uses it to troll trick-or-treaters. Jeremy Roth explains in today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at a Wisconsin dad's homemade Halloween costume crafted not just for oohs and ahs, but also a cause. Elliot Lund was tired of phoning in his yearly costumes, so this year he got super ambitious and crafted an ode not just to his hometown of Wauwatosa, but its icon Mama Rosa, a 24-foot-tall troll statue created from fully sustainable materials. Lund took a similar approach, crafting his costume almost completely from bark from his trees, sticks, and other recycled materials. 80 hours later, Lund's labor of love was ready to debut, and he took to the streets, literally trolling trick-or-treaters at an early Halloween event. He says the work was worth it to bring to life a trolley tribute that puts the eek in eco-friendly. Speaking of getting ghoulish to do some good, a teen cancer survivor in Michigan has brought back a now annual haunted house designed to help kids fighting cancer. Jackson Amick has been cancer-free since 2022 after battling leukemia and has become a renowned area Halloween hype man, hosting an annual haunted house designed not just to turn heads, but also raise money to benefit other kids fighting cancer. The fundraising Freak Fest has raised thousands, is now in its third year, and puts the caring in jump scary. Finally, a wild Wisconsin home has become the house to see this Halloween for those not just trickin' and treatin', but plunderin' and pillagin' too. The Blackstones have been doing piratey decor since 2018, but this year's is bigger than ever and more interactive as visitors can enter the ship's spooky hull located in the couple's garage. It definitely puts the yar in creative Midwestern seasonal yard decor. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Thanks, Jeremy. Looks like creativity and kindness are haunting the Midwest. This Halloween, from trolls to haunted houses, these families are proving spooky season can have a heart. A certain sparkly vampire is returning to the silver screen. Rec DeMaglia has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Your skin is pale white and ice cold. Don't go out into the sunlight.
Say it out loud. Say it.
Vampire.
The Twilight Saga is back in theaters in honor of the 20th anniversary of Stephenie Meyer's first book. The 2008 film that started it all returns today and runs through November 6th, while the sequels roll out for one day each from October 30th through November 2nd. Locations and showtimes at fathomentertainment.com.
Right now, the only thing that matters is that there's a killer on the loose in our building.
They're leaving the building again. Hulu has announced it's renewing Only Murders in the Building for a 6th season. And for the first time, the main trio is heading overseas, investigating a mystery in London. The season 5 finale just debuted Tuesday.
The Beatles had broken up. And I was thinking, what do I do now?
Here's your first look at Man on the Run, about Paul McCartney's post-Beatles era as he formed Wings with his wife, Linda. McCartney is an executive producer on the documentary, which features rare archival material. It's set to stream on Prime Video February 25th after screening in select theaters. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Thanks, Rick. From vampires to detectives to rock legends, there's something for everyone hitting screens soon. Sounds like Hollywood's keeping the nostalgia alive and the stories rolling. I'm Greg Driscoll, and that's it for Spooky Entertainment Report this week. Have a happy Halloween, everyone. Now back to you, Evan.
Thanks, Greg. Palisades Charter High School was severely damaged in Southern California's January wildfires. Since April, thousands of the school's students have been back to in-person learning, but in a location that was once used for shopping, not studying. Maribel Gonzalez takes us to Santa Monica for a closer look.
From Sears to a school, this building is now a place of learning for thousands of students after their school burned in the January wildfires. This is Palisades Charter High School, a campus so iconic that movies including Carrie and Freaky Friday were filmed there. Today, campus is closed after about 40% of it was damaged in the Palisades fire.
Classrooms needed to be stripped down. Even the ones that survived and that weren't damaged in the fire, they were damaged by smoke.
Pali High Principal Pam McGee said getting kids back to class took priority.
We had been a school of 3,000. Lots of folks were displaced, so we found ourselves with more like 2,500 students.
Up for rent, this closed Sears department store first built in the 1940s.
It's not ideal. It doesn't have walls to the ceiling. It doesn't have doors. We're missing a lot. But we made it work.
We don't have many windows in the classrooms, but it's still the same classmates, still the same teachers.
The Palisades fire destroyed more than 6,800 structures in January.
At least a quarter of my baseball team lost their homes.
Uprooting families across Southern California.
I lost my home. My 2 boys were born in there. We've lost that, but now we've got an opportunity. We're going to try to rebuild.
But some students say what the blaze could not destroy is their sense of community.
I think people are now so much closer together and they can bond over something.
The Pali High community is hoping construction will be complete on its home campus by January of next year.
I think the kids are learning that not everything's perfect, and we will be here to teach you no matter what that looks like.
I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Thanks, Maribel. Even in the face of such devastating loss, Palisades Charter High School is striving to provide its students with a quality education. Now let's see what's going on in the world of sports with Ivan.
Thanks, Evan. After a hot start, the San Francisco 49ers took a tough loss to the Texans. All day long, they struggled and the comeback fell just short. Let's see the video.
Brock Purdy misses his 4th game with a toe injury for the 49ers. C.J. Stroud throws a 12-yard TD pass to Jaden Higgins.
Stroud looking for 6, open touchdown! Jaden Higgins, his 2nd of the year.
Mac Jones throws a 17-yard TD pass to George Kittle.
Four-man pressure, Jones for Kittle in the end zone, and it is caught! George Kittle, surrounded by Texans, snares the touchdown, and the 49ers are on the board late first half. National tight end day. Why not go to the founder, George Kittle?
C.J. Stroud throws a 30-yard TD pass to Xavier Hutchinson.
3rd down and 7. Pressure coming. Stroud stands in, finds the open man, down the sideline, into the end zone. Xavier Hutchinson with the touchdown.
Matt Jones throws a 2-yard touchdown pass to Jake Tongas.
Play action. Looking. It's caught. Jake Tongas.
The 2-point conversion is good.
Rolling right, throwing wide open. DeMarcus Robinson. It's an 8-point game in Houston.
Mac Jones is intercepted in the end zone by Kamari Lassiter.
Jones down the sideline for the end zone. Leaping interception by Kamari Lassiter.
Expect the 49ers to bounce back in their next game. The division is tight, and they simply can't afford any more losses. There are long games, and then there's this one. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays played a historic 18-inning game for the ages. The Dodgers won on a home run in the 18th inning in dramatic fashion. Let's look at the World Series highlights.
11:50 in Los Angeles. Foreman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes me. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
What a game this was. The pitching staffs will be worn out, and this may work in the Blue Jays' favor, as the Dodgers' pen has been inconsistent all season. The Blue Jays have since gone up 3-2 as the Dodgers' bat has gone silent. I can't wait to find out this exciting conclusion. Now back to you, Evan.
Thanks, Ivan. In suburban Detroit, a man is facing charges after police say he threatened a teacher because his child allegedly didn't get snack time. Heath Cobb talked to members of the community who had strong views about the incident.
And I was like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, over a snack, I don't think that was cause for at all.
East Point police say that during school dismissal at Pleasant View Elementary Wednesday, 43-year-old parent David Scott Jr. approached a teacher and questioned him as to why his child did not receive a snack time. Scott then began cursing, screaming, and threatening the teacher in front of school staff, students, and other parents.
Your child go here. Did you not think about what that can do to your kid? What problem or what trauma that can cause to your kid? Their friends are here.
Authorities say the parent threatened several times that he would return to the school the following day and, quote, air the place out, which police say is a common slang term meaning to shoot up the place. East Point police arrived at the school shortly afterwards Wednesday afternoon and arrested the man.
You never know, so that's why I say these days you don't take for granted for anybody says lightly. You don't take it for granted.
A search warrant was issued to search Scott's residence Thursday, where multiple rounds of ammunition were found.
Thought it was crazy for something, that minuscule, for that type of big reaction. Sounds crazy. I thought it was a joke at first, but it's not a joke, though.
Thanks, Heath. Scott faces multiple charges, including making a threat against a school and disorderly conduct. He's due back in court next month. As the federal government shutdown drags on, some families are struggling to make ends meet. But one Colorado Springs business is making sure furloughed workers don't go hungry. KOAA reporter Liv Wood shows us how a small act of kindness from Poor Richards is helping federal employees weather these uncertain times.
Poor Richards is extending a hand to furloughed workers by giving free meals to them and their families. One woman impacted by the government shutdown tells me that one meal goes a long way.
You know, that's our livelihood.
Jenna Dittman's National Park Service paid internship is on hold.
It's almost been a month.
When she saw a post on Facebook about a free meal at a local business, she couldn't pass up the opportunity.
And I know a lot of families are, not only are they feeling impacted, but they're kind of feeling not motivated and disheartened by it, the situation.
She says the offer at Poor Richards might be the support she and so many others need to push through the rest of the government shutdown.
Families are reaching out because they know that the community will support them.
Richard Scorman has given this kind of support before, during the last shutdown in 2019.
We were really happy to do it.
And he is ready to provide again.
It's a pleasure to help people when something is happening to them that isn't really of their doing. They have important jobs.
Furloughed workers just need to show their federal ID and their meals at no cost to them or their families. During the last shutdown, Scorman says more than 300 families came in to get free meals. The outpouring of community support kept him going.
We raised a lot of small donations, and people were appreciative. And so, no, people here are very generous, and especially because so many people work for the government here.
People like Janice are pitching in what they can to the contribution box.
We wanted to come down and donate some money to help him defray some of his costs in this effort and just help out in the community.
And community is what will keep these workers fed and uplifted.
You're not alone, and that there's a lot of families and individuals that are coming out and saying, hey, I need support, I need help, and it's nothing to be ashamed of because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. And we're in this together.
This offer is going on until the end of the government shutdown. Richards says they will keep providing free meals, whether it's for another week, month, or even a year. In Colorado Springs, Liv Wood, News 5.
Thanks, Liv. Poor Richards says that their doors will remain open to furloughed workers for as long as it takes. A rioter convicted in the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack was arrested for allegedly threatening to kill Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. Authorities say an anonymous source told the FBI that Christopher Moynihan said he would kill Democratic House Minority Leader Jeffries in New York City. Moynihan was previously sentenced to nearly 2 years in prison for his role in the January 6th riot. He was not accused of attacking police or acting violently. This year, President Trump issued a blanket pardon for all the rioters, including Moynihan. In a statement, Jeffries thanked law enforcement for apprehending Moynihan and criticized Trump's blanket pardoning of January 6th defendants. A New York judge ruled that Moynihan will stay in prison while awaiting a hearing on whether he can be released pending trial. He is charged with making a terroristic threat. Now it's time to go to Bruce for this week's Top 5.
Today we're counting down the top 5 things to remember when documenting or reporting on protests, especially those involving ICE or other law enforcement entities. These steps protect you, your footage, and the people who help you tell their stories. Coming in at number 5, photo, video, and communication security. Before heading out, make sure every device you bring is fully encrypted and locked with a strong passcode. Turn off location services so GPS data isn't stored in your photos or videos. Use Signal or another end-to-end encrypted app for any sensitive messages. Back up your material before you go. And consider a separate prepaid phone in case your main one is lost or confiscated. If you store to the cloud, turn on advanced encryption. Number 4, clothing that adds protection. Crowds can shift fast. Layering helps absorb impact. A heavy denim or canvas jacket with fleece or quilted liner, as well as motorcycle protective gear, spreads out force from batons or projectiles. A mountain bike helmet and impact goggles protect the head and eyes. Thick gloves and boots guard hands and feet. Avoid jewelry or dangling straps that could catch. The goal is functional safety, not confrontation. Coming in at number 3, chemical irritants and first aid. Tear gas and pepper spray are more common at large demonstrations. Cover as much skin as possible and skip sunscreen or makeup that traps chemicals. A sealed pair of goggles and a P100 respirator mask, easily found at hardware stores, significantly reduce exposure if you're gassed. Move upwind, blink normally, and rinse eyes and skin with clean water or saline. Seek medical help for breathing trouble or lingering irritation. Number 2, facial recognition and biometrics. Agencies like ICE now use mobile facial recognition apps such as a mobile Fortify, which can log faces, fingerprints, and even license plates. Assume that any close-up footage might be analyzed later. Masks or goggles can help obscure identities, but always follow the local laws on face coverings. When editing, consider blurring the faces of bystanders or vulnerable sources to keep them safe. And coming in at number 1, Stingray cell site simulators. These portable devices mimic cell towers to capture phone data and track movement. They can force phones onto older, less secure networks. Before covering an event, disable Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and location sharing, and limit live uploads near sensitive sites. The less your phone transmits, the less it can be intercepted. Preparation is your best protection. Encrypt your data, layer for safety, know the chemicals and surveillance risks, and protect your sources as carefully as your story. That's your top 5 things to remember when covering protests. Stay safe out there.
Thanks, Bruce. Tragedy struck in Santa Cruz after a car plunged off the wharf, leaving 1 person dead. Jacqueline Quinones has the story.
Just right before 10 this morning, Santa Cruz fire officials received a report of a vehicle being driven off the Santa Cruz wharf. When officials arrived on scene, they found the missing railing, and with support of multiple agencies, they were able to break the window of the vehicle and extricate 1 individual along with the dog.
Immediately, our responders, our lifeguards, made entry into the water to the reported area where the car was reported submerged. After approximately 10 minutes of doing a search in very unfavorable conditions, limited visibility, approximately 30 feet of water, they located the vehicle on its roof with all the windows intact and the subject inside unconscious.
The dog was taken to a nearby shelter. Crews say there was significant swelling in the waters, so it made it more difficult for divers.
But yeah, it's days like today, we have 8 to 12 foot surf. We have zero visibility at the bottom of that ocean. I don't know of too many people that would want to jump in and swim to the bottom down there on a day like this and do what they had to do. It's a testament to the quality of the responders that we have.
Fire crews have trained for moments like this one.
And without the brave efforts of our lifeguards, our firefighters, this event would not have been as successful as it was. Nobody was injured. Victim was brought out of a vehicle upside down, the bottom of the ocean floor with significant swell in 33 minutes.
Visitors at the wharf reacting to the incident.
Scary.
What a horrible way to, and just wondering what would have happened, right?
It looked really scary. It looked like it could potentially collapse the pier, so everyone was freaking out a little bit.
An employee that works at the wharf says it was just about a year ago when she witnessed the wharf collapse, and now this.
Kind of surreal for me because I was here for the wharf collapsing, but that was the most craziness I've had here before.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Investigators have not yet released the victim's name pending notification of the family. Police say that anyone who witnessed the crash or has video is urged to come forward. If the shutdown continues into October 30th, then California says recipients of CalFresh will have their food benefits delayed next month. Reporter Michelle Geely went to a food pantry and a food bank as they brace for a possible surge in demand.
The food pantry known as Pirates Cove at Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa is a popular place for hungry students. Everything is free.
Every day we serve about 900 students a day. That include grocery or grab and go and hygiene.
The shelves are restocked constantly with groceries and ready-to-eat items from area food banks, grocery stores, and other community partners.
Thank you. It's so nice having an arrangement of stuff, and it's so convenient for. I know a lot of students that use it.
I'm eating a little bit. I could gain a little bit more weight, but it's sustaining me.
I think it's pretty valuable. I come here almost every time I come to the school, and they have eggs and milk, and it's pretty essential.
There's growing concern about a delay of CalFresh food benefits in the coming days for low-income people as the government shutdown drags on. The absence of help from the feds is expected to put more pressure on agencies collecting and distributing food for the neediest.
So if you think about your own college experience, it was okay if you could be a starving college student. That was the paradigm. We all went through that. And now we're saying, wait, that's not okay. I'm not going to do well in my classes if I don't have a full stomach, right? I can't concentrate if I'm hungry.
Some of the groceries flowing into Pirates Cove Pantry comes from the Orange County Food Bank. Millions of dollars worth of food moves from this warehouse annually to organizations that help those in need. The food bank director says it's not nearly enough, though, to make up for the $62 million in lost CalFresh benefits handed out countywide each month.
We have to manage expectations. If 310,000 people start showing up at their local churches and food pantries looking for help, those organizations, again, will do everything humanly possible, but aren't resourced at the moment to fully meet the needs of those families that will be seeking help from them.
In Garden Grove, Michelle Geely, CBS LA.
Thanks, Michelle. With uncertainty looming over CalFresh benefits, community pantries like Pirates Cove are stepping up to feed their communities. In Union City, Max by Icky is brewing up more than just coffee. It's also serving a taste of Filipino culture. Our reporter Alan Sampson takes us there.
In Union City, a local cafe is blending Filipino culture with creative twists on classic drinks and desserts. It all started in high school when Icky baked cookies to sell to classmates. Years later, she and her husband turned that passion into a business.
When we got married in 2021, that's when we took it to the next level and brought Max by Icky to life. We started off as a pop-up vendor.
The Union City Cafe celebrates Filipino culture by putting unique twists on traditional flavors, especially ube, a staple they call the vanilla of the Philippines.
We really utilize ube, from our pandesal bread in our sandwiches, to the halo halo, to our croffles, to our ube latte, cold drinks, ube Thai tea, ube milky.
Their creativity doesn't stop there. Inspired by a trip to New Orleans, they brought smashed lemonade to the Bay Area, adding their own signature flair.
We took a trip to the South one time, and it was something that really caught our eye that no one was doing out here in the Bay Area, and we just ran with it. We kind of put our own twist on it, and people like it.
Fans keep coming back for favorites like the Mac Nut Latte and corned beef pandesal. And while the cafe is rooted in Union City, the couple dreams of expanding far beyond.
In the next 5 years, I see our business growing in different areas, maybe Vegas, San Jose, Sacramento, to the Philippines.
For the owners of Max by Icky, it's about more than food. It's about culture, community, and hustle.
As a small business, just continue to grind it out every day. Be ready so you don't gotta get ready.
If you like to try Max by Icky for yourself, you can visit their Union City Cafe at 3900 Smith Street or find more online at maxbyicky.store. I am Alan Sampson reporting for Chabot TV.
Thanks, Alan. Whether it's the comfort food, the culture, or just the coffee, this Filipino cafe is stirring up something special, one cup at a time. Worlds collided at a West Coast zoo when resident bears got a friendly visit from one of their wild brethren. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Recently, a California zoo had a very unexpected visitor to one of its bear exhibits, a bear. Everybody confused? Let me explain. The Sequoia Park Zoo in Eureka, California is home to many wild animals, including several bears, some of which were placed in captivity strategically after being deemed unsuitable for release into the wild. 3 of those bears got a taste of the wild side when a wild black bear snuck into the park and mingled with the enclosed bears through a fence. Officials say the visiting bear was polite, curious, and not aggressive, and they suspect it made its way in using its tree climbing skills, a normal activity of its resident bears as seen here. Park workers later opened a gate and the wild bear eventually wandered out. Social media users got a kick out of the furry trespasser's adventure and shared some silly suggestions for the unexpected visit. Speaking of wild animals where they aren't supposed to be, take a look at a bald eagle that got itself stuck in the grill of a pickup truck on a Minnesota highway. According to WDAY, when Cindy Vagel says she spotted the bird and slowed down to take a look, it took flight. Next thing she knew...
And here that dang bird is hanging on the front of the truck, still alive.
If this all seems familiar, a similar scenario unfolded in Iowa in 2020. KWWL reported an eagle was safely released after getting stuck not just on a truck's grill, but all the way inside it. As for this recent incident, Vagel called authorities who brought in DNR officials who were able to safely remove and release the majestic bird of prey.
Wish I knew what was going through that bird's mind. That must have been quite the experience for it.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Thanks, Jeremy. From bears behind bars to eagles on the road, it's been a wild week for wildlife. That's all for Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. Stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.